Today, I want to take a proper look at a self-hosted web application firewall called SafeLine. Instead of doing a quick install tutorial or a surface-level overview, I want to answer a more practical question. How does SafeLine actually behave compared to traditional rule-based WAFs? And does that difference matter in real-world usage? This video is sponsored, but everything you'll hear is based on hands-on testing. I've been running SafeLine in front of a test application and watching how it reacts to normal traffic, suspicious requests, and automated behavior. I'll also point out limitations where they exist because security tools only make sense when you understand what they can and cannot do. Let's start with some context. Most people encounter web application firewalls after something goes wrong. Maybe an app gets probed, a server gets scanned, or bots start hammering login pages. The usual response is to add a WAF and hope it blocks the bad stuff without breaking the good stuff. Traditionally, WAFs rely heavily on rule sets. These rules are usually pattern-based. Certain keywords, symbols, request structures, or payload signatures trigger a block. And to be fair, this approach does work. Many attacks are noisy and predictable. But there's a trade-off. Rule-based systems don't understand intent. They match patterns, not meaning. So anything that looks suspicious on paper can get blocked even if it's legitimate. APIs, search boxes, form inputs, and automation workflows are common casualties. That's why WAF tuning often turns into a long process of disabling rules and making exceptions. SafeLine takes a different approach. Instead of focusing mainly on static rules, it uses semantic and behavioral analysis. In simple terms, it looks at how requests behave, how parameters are used, and whether the overall action makes sense in context. The goal is to reduce false positives while still catching real attacks. To test this properly, I placed SafeLine in front of a deliberately vulnerable web application running locally. This setup lets me simulate real traffic safely without touching any public systems. Before doing anything aggressive, I started with normal usage, browsing pages, searching for items, logging in, navigating around like a regular user would. Everything worked normally. Pages loaded instantly, no unexpected blocks, no warnings, no broken functionality. This part might sound boring, but it's actually important. Many WAFs struggle here, especially when they're deployed with default rules. SafeLine staying quiet during normal usage is exactly what you want. Next, I moved on to malicious request testing. I sent a small number of clearly abnormal requests. Nothing advanced, just enough to simulate common probing behavior. These were blocked immediately. What stood out wasn't just that the requests were blocked, but how they were explained in the dashboard. Instead of just saying "rule triggered," SafeLine provided context about why the request was considered malicious. That kind of visibility matters, especially when you're self-hosting and need to understand what's happening, rather than blindly trusting a black box. This is where the comparison with traditional rule-based WAFs becomes clearer. In a classic setup, you'd see a rule ID, maybe a severity level, and that's it. If something breaks, you disable the rule and hope for the best. With SafeLine, the focus shifts towards understanding behavior rather than chasing individual signatures. Now let's talk about bots, because this is one of the most common problems people actually deal with. Bots aren't always obvious. Some identify themselves clearly, others try to blend in. Many don't use obviously malicious payloads at all. They just behave in non-human ways. Repeated requests, abnormal timing, aggressive scanning patterns. I simulated automated access hitting the application repeatedly. Instead of relying purely on user agent strings or static indicators, SafeLine detected the behavior pattern. Requests that clearly didn't match human interaction were flagged and blocked. At the same time, I continued browsing the site manually. Normal usage was unaffected. That balance is hard to get right. Rule-based systems often swing too far in one direction. Either they let too much through or they block too aggressively. SafeLine's behavioral approach feels more adaptive here. That said, it's important to keep expectations realistic. SafeLine is not magic. It won't instantly understand every application without context. You still need to review alerts, you still need to understand what your app is supposed to do, and you still need to pay attention, especially when protecting public-facing services. Another major point to understand is that SafeLine is fully self-hosted. For many people, this is a big advantage. You're not sending traffic data to a third-party cloud. Logs stay on your system. You control deployment, updates, and configuration. This isn't a set-it-and-forget-it cloud service. If you're already comfortable running infrastructure, that's not a problem. If you're looking for zero maintenance, this may not be the right fit. One thing I appreciated during testing is that SafeLine doesn't try to overwhelm you with complexity up front. The interface is clean. You can see traffic, events, and trends without digging through endless menus. At the same time, there's enough depth to investigate issues when something looks off. Over time, this kind of visibility becomes more valuable than raw blocking power. Knowing why something happened helps you make better decisions, whether that's tightening protection or allowing legitimate behavior. So, who should actually consider using SafeLine? If you're running self-hosted services, APIs, dashboards, or small production apps and want meaningful protection without handing everything over to a cloud provider, SafeLine makes sense. If you've been frustrated by noisy WAFs that block too much and require constant rule tuning, the semantic approach here feels refreshing. If you want a fully managed, hands-off solution where someone else handles everything, this probably isn't it. Overall, SafeLine does what it claims to do. Compared to traditional rule-based WAFs, it feels quieter, more context-aware, and more transparent. The focus on behavior and intent reduces unnecessary friction while still blocking real threats, including automated traffic. If you want to explore it yourself, I'll leave the official links and documentation in the description so you can test it in your own environment.